Well, hello. Ooh, says I have not a good connection. Hmm. I hope I do. I hope. I hope I have Wi-Fi. It's me, Deborah. Good morning. For your Thursday feelings check-in. It was a song, an old song, Feelings. So, welcome. I know some people were like, oh, Deborah, you're doing it on Zoom. And I think each week I'm like, oh, yeah. And today I chose not to, which I'm thinking, oh, maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I should have. Hey, what's going on? Nikki's family's on. So I think definitely next week I'll be doing a combined, and probably based on this, a combined Zoom and Facebook for social. We've got Hannah, we've got Katie, we've got Nikki. Nice. Boy, you guys must be desperate for entertainment if you're coming to social. Feelings check-in. Jamie and Terrence, oh my gosh, you guys are like up like early birds. I had a bad night's sleep. You guys, I don't know. Hopefully you can hear me, you can see me. I've got a good connection. Today's mug, I know somebody here may not like this mug. I don't think it's too frightening. Some people don't like this particular animal, if I recall. But it was the kooky one, and it's one I haven't used yet. So, and I think we got David. Welcome. My coffee got a little cold. I don't know. My elephant mug's not working. I think we've got Kara coming in. Ooh, man, we got a whole bunch of people. So don't worry, I'll disappoint you and you'll want to leave. No, but it's Thursday. You know what Thursday is. Thursday is our feelings check-in. Thursday is when we kind of check in with everybody and we talk about like an emotional, we call it sometimes emotional intelligence, social emotional learning, all different things. We're just doing a feelings check-in. And I do have a topic for you. Good morning, Katie. How are you doing today? Is it cold outside? My feet are like ice. I don't know, maybe I should put on some shoes or slippers. Good morning, Christian. What's going on today? Today you're going to Duncan? Awesome. And I got to remember, I got to tell my husband that the NFL draft, he might know, but I got to remind him. So thank you for those social reminders. Good morning, Kara. Good morning, Cheryl. I hope everybody's doing okay. We're like almost done with this week. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. My feeling might be stunned, shock. I don't know. Hey, Caitlin, good to see you. Missed you a couple of days. I know you got other stuff to do. I know. It's cool. So I'm glad you got your slippers and your socks on. Nice. I know. I have some socks on. I have to put my slippers on. I had sneakers on because I was walking around. I was thinking like maybe I'll do some exercise. I didn't do that. I didn't do the exercise. Of course, I let myself be quite disappointed in myself, but that's all right. This is a learning curve. Next week's another week. I'll get working out. I heard some states the gyms are opening. I don't know. So maybe things are, the curve, as they say, is flattening and maybe things will start to open up a little bit. I hope so. Soon because I'm getting a little cabin fever. So I'm in my closet today. You've been swamped. That's okay. That's all right. You're checking in now. That's all that counts. I get it, Caitlin. You're busy. Christian, I hear you. I can't believe April's almost over too. It's shocking, Katie. It's shocking that April's almost done. It kind of went pretty fast, I guess. I don't know. I think it went fast, especially when you have stuff to do. I have some things I have to do. They're like deadlines that I have to do, and that makes time go faster, I think. Hello, Alona. Hello. So last night I got some good feedback. I had, it was really more of like a parents or family check-in last night. Not all of you did it. That's okay, because a lot of you that are here today didn't bother because you check in with me every day and you give me feedback. But I also wanted some feedback from like other people, peripheral people, as we like to say. Colder now than in the winter. Exactly. Exactly, Kelly and Nikki. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of kooky. It's kooky. I would have liked some snow in the winter. I know some people don't like that, but I would have liked it. But who knows? We got hail the other day. Don't worry. Don't worry. We all got typos and things like that, Christian. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. So, yeah, don't worry, Kelly. You didn't miss much. I shouldn't say that because it sounds like that we didn't do anything. That's not true. You didn't miss anything like groundbreaking. So if anybody had missed it last night, do not worry. It wasn't that I had the big reveal of when we were opening. Alas. Oh my goodness, it snowed in Cape Cod in June. That's nuts. Need my coffee and I didn't have my breakfast. But yeah, I don't have an opening date or anything like that. That's, I hate to disappoint. But we just talked about, I got some feedback. And as I said, you guys are really good. You're always giving me feedback, whether on Facebook or on Zoom or your Google Classroom. And we were just talking about that. It was hailing this morning. I missed it. There was like weird animals outside of my house. Kara's enjoying her breakfast. I hope I won't give you indigestion, Kara, especially with my hair. I just didn't, nobody got time for that. So I just put that in there. My hair, I just said, forget it. So yeah, some of the things, just to give you a quick recap in case some of you were curious, we just wanted to know what you liked and what you didn't. Sometimes it's hard to get things that people don't like, or suggestions on what you'd like to see. You guys are really good. You guys always chime in and tell me stuff you like to do and like to see. So I wanted it from a different perspective too. So Monday, just so you know, Monday's morning class, I'm working on it. It's going to be a little bit of fun, Friday fun. That'll be on Zoom and Facebook. So you'll get, I think you already got it. I think once in a while I'm on time. I was kind of late for Tony's Zoom for today, for photography. I encourage all of you to join in. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow we'll have Zoom for Friday, and then we'll have Lunch Bunch. I think I'll probably do Lunch Bunch, just plain old fashioned Facebook. And then music is Facebook. One of the things that we'll be adding for Monday, just so you know, is a shorter class, like an additional class, a little bit shorter, a little bit different, maybe more visual. So for some other people that don't want to watch for too long. I get that. Even though I'm so beautiful and you could watch me all day. Yes, you could. Because where else are you going to go? You're captive. You're my captives. So welcome, everybody. We got a whole crew. We've got Kara eating her breakfast. We got Christian. We got Caitlin wearing her slippers. We have Nikki's family joining in. We got the lovely Katie. I'm trying to think of who else I had. I think I had David on. I have Terrence. I have the wonderful Jamie. The wonderful Hannah. I think I got everybody. That I can see. If I missed you, make sure you chime in. Let me know. Alrighty. So what are we doing today? So today we're going to pick up a little bit. This is definitely going to be something that hopefully maybe we can do next week as well. I don't know if I want to do it as Google Classroom or as a Zoom. So we're going to be focusing on emotions today. Your feelings today. We've talked about it, how humans, we're very messy emotionally. We have lots of feelings, lots of them. I need my coffee, guys. Sorry. So we're going to be talking about feelings today, and we're going to approach it very scientifically. Well, not really. We're going to approach it though with a method, fancy word, method. We are going to look at some of our feelings, and hopefully we have some people that can type in and send me some feelings that maybe you're feeling now. Maybe it's tired. Feelings, yes. Our feelings can really, they're great. They're double sword, Caitlin. Definitely. Sometimes it's really great. We love those up feelings. So we're going to review an up feeling and more of a down feeling. And I don't mean down like, ugh, you shouldn't have them. I just mean more of how our feelings, like on a spectrum, like on a roller coaster. Some feelings make us feel good inside. They make us feel comfortable inside. We feel happy. That's an up feeling. Our roller coaster's kind of moving up. And we're feeling comfortable. We're feeling like, good. Then some of our feelings are more what I would say down. And those are ones that maybe we'll talk about that I want you to throw in. So maybe if you're angry, maybe if you're sad, those are when the roller coaster starts to go tip back down. Okay? And hopefully in life, some people, sometimes we have a hard time with this. Sometimes our roller coaster doesn't go back up. And that's when we definitely need to ask for help. We need to go to people that love us or people that are, professionals to help us or, whatever. We get that. Sometimes they just kind of go down. They don't seem to go back up. And the reason why I'm calling them up feelings and down feelings, and I have to remind myself, is we don't want to say that any of our feelings, they're good or they're bad. A maelstrom. I can't speak today. Yes, it's like the storm, right? Yeah, it just kind of sucks you in. Yeah, Caitlin, really, yeah, good words, good words. It is true. It's true. And sometimes they're, they just kind of suck you in and you can't get out. And those are usually what we tend to focus, we call our down emotions. And I don't want people, as I was going back to that, I don't want you to think that any feelings that you have are some are, that you shouldn't have the bad feelings. And not, I don't want everybody to be depressed. Like, oh, Deborah, why are you talking about all these bad feelings? I was being really good. The reason why we talk about it is because during this kind of interesting times, we experience these feelings and we might be experiencing them more. More than usual. I don't know if anybody wants to shout out about that. If anybody wants to shout out and say, yeah, Deborah, I've been feeling more of those kind of down feelings more than the up feelings than I used to, because I'm kind of stuck in my house. Water bottle effect. Katie, I love that one. I don't have a water bottle. I gave up my plastic water bottles for Earth Day. But yeah, Katie's analogy of, you keep everything inside, your feelings, including those down feelings, and you think that, ooh, they're bad feelings. I shouldn't be feeling this way. I shouldn't be feeling worried or frustrated or angry. So everybody wants to see me with a smile, or I want everybody to see me with a smile. And I just keep pushing them down, or I keep pouring them back into my bottle, right? My water bottle. And eventually it gets so filled with these very strong feelings that it bursts, like when you squeeze that water bottle, it all comes shooting out. That's why it's important to talk about feelings, to talk about it, and to realize, to accept that sometimes our feelings are ones we don't always like to have, because they just don't feel as good. Listen, who here, when I get a hot cup of coffee and I had a good meal and I'm sitting in a diner and I don't have to clean up those dishes and I I just take that first sip of my hot cup of coffee, waiting for my chocolate cake or cherry pie. That's the kind of feeling I'm talking about. That's what we like. Those are good feelings. Ooh, we feel all warm and cozy inside. But, now I can't go to the diner for my cup of coffee. So we experience these difficult feelings. And as I said, we're humans. This is what it means. Different people experience them in different ways. I do know that just in our group alone, in my house alone, in your community, in our centers, we're neurologically diverse. Fancy words, meaning our brains work differently, so we feel things differently. That's okay too. What bothers one person may not bother another. It's just the way we are. So not only are humans it's natural to have all these feelings. It's also natural and normal that we're all completely different. It's exhausting. It's exhausting being a person. How are we going to get through this? I think we get through this because we have feelings. Nikki is loud when he's happy or agitated. Yeah, sometimes, you know what? That is really great sharing, Nick's mom, because that's what we're going to be talking about today. What happens to our body and how we express our feelings. Exactly. I know when he is happy, he can be loud. So can I. I'm really loud. I'm loud right now. I think I chased my husband out of his office. But we can tell certain things. You know, he's smiling, he's laughing, he's doing certain things. So, you know, that's when we hear, you know, we're like, oh, we go check in on our friends who get loud, and we see that they're, you know, laughing, they're smiling. You know, hey, so, you know, good for you. And usually when some people are agitated, I would say it's a very common thing. Some of us get really loud. I get loud. And sometimes some of us get very quiet when we're agitated, which is also a challenge. So it's how we do it. I try to remember my activities are postponed. Yeah, you know what? Listen, a lot of our activities are postponed. I like postponed. That's a very nice word. Canceled. That might make us feel bad. I get it. That's very mature of you. I like to trick my brain and say, oh, it's just canceled. It's just rescheduled. It's just rescheduled. And I'll come back to it. So yeah. So today we are talking about emotions, and we're going to ask ourselves some questions. We've got a little chart here, and I think this will really good. So we're going to ask ourselves some questions, and this is what the project I want you to work for the week. So we're gonna pick some emotions. We're gonna identify. So if you're doing this at home, sorry, bad sciatica. I haven't done this like much sitting in so long. It's like crazy. So we're gonna identify, or we're gonna name a feeling. We're gonna name a feeling. So I'm gonna have you guys start shouting out feelings at me. Then we're gonna ask, you know, if we can try to figure out what makes us feel that way, okay? And we're going to ask ourselves, let's start with the two questions. Let me backtrack. So, you know, we're gonna find out what the feeling is. We're gonna name the feeling. We're gonna see, you know, what we say or do when we get these feelings. And what does my body look like? So the reason why we're doing this, we're going to ask these questions, is to, when we're with our families, because we've been with our families, sometimes we get a little, get crossed. Our signals get crossed when we're experiencing certain feelings, and one person may sense that, you know, maybe I'll give you an example. Maybe it's better to give you an example. So me and my husband are in the kitchen, and we're trying to clean up and make lunch and load the dishwasher, and we're tired of loading the dishwasher. Well, I am, for the 100th time, and we're getting into each other's way. And maybe I've got something else to do, and I say something that's not very friendly and warm and fuzzy the way I always am. And he thinks I'm saying that he did something wrong, which, no, I'm just mad that I have to load this dishwasher again. Maybe it's his fault, but it's not. So what happens is our signals get crossed, because I may be feeling a certain feeling, and I may be having body language, or my body is acting a certain way, or it feels a certain way, and it makes me act a certain way. And other people look at me and think, oh, you know, maybe Deborah is mad at me, or she doesn't like me. And that's not the case. I'm dealing with my own feelings, and it's hard to do that. And that's what happens a lot. It happens every day of our lives. Every day of our lives, at work, at school, at center, at dance, at yoga, at restaurants. Usually when people are kind of not always nice, it really has very little to do with you. It's got something to do with what's going on in their life. And right now we have this going on in our lives. And when we're stuck with people all the time, we think, well, they should know how I'm feeling. No, they don't. No, they don't. They've got their own feelings that's going on. Sorry, I had a phone call. They've got their own feelings that's happening. Okay? So we need to help people understand how we're feeling. So we need to So let's give me a shout out. I'm going to go through some feelings and you guys are going to help me. You can send some. Katie, Katie, let me write that one down. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to shout that one out. Conflicted. I was just going to say sad. Katie, good feeling. Good feeling. Good one. I mean, I don't know if it's a good feeling to have. Well, let's go back to our up or down. All our feelings are neither good nor bad. They are, right? They are just our feelings. But I would put that more, and you guys can, more on the downside. Let's put that more on our downside. Definitely. Definitely. Because it doesn't always make us feel good inside. So that's what we're gonna, I like that one. I like conflicted. I want to come back to conflicted. Because I definitely, I like that one. Because there's some, conflicted meanings. We don't know how to feel sometimes, or we're torn between two choices and we don't know what to do. And that causes us that causes more, emotions and feelings, causes us to feel stressed, right? Worried. If we choose one way or the other. Yes, that is a very complex, that's part of that whole maelstrom, that Caitlin was talking about. That's a good one. Let's start with an up one. Katie, I'm not going to forget it. I have it written right here. We're coming back to that one. Absolutely. Let's start to get people into this, and you're going to send me your feelings, maybe that you're having today, or that you've had this week, or you've had during this whole thing, or maybe that you hope to have. So let's start with happy. All right. Who here? Joy. Okay, good. I like that one. Joy. We could put that in. Maybe you were feeling joy during last night's, what was that? Jersey Strong. I came into it late. Maybe that's why some people missed the parent meeting, because they were watching that. Understood. Totally acceptable. You get a pass. When you saw Bruce Springsteen sing Jersey Girl. Some of you I know are Bruce Springsteen fans or Bon Jovi fans. I'm a Stephen Colbert fan, so I enjoyed that. But yeah, so joy or happy. We'll do it as happy. We'll just come in as happy. Joy is, they're all different. They're all nuanced. So we think happy is, we probably say that's an up feeling. That's when we're moving up, tick, tick, tick on the roller coaster. We're feeling pretty good. We're feeling comfortable. We don't feel as stressed. It feels okay inside. So, what do we usually say or do when we're happy? Let's think about that. So we're going to analyze happy so we can keep going and analyzing our other feelings. So what do we usually say? Sometimes we just say, hey, I'm happy. That's easy. That would be easy. I could go right up to my husband and loading the dishwasher. I'm happy. I think he'd be thinking I'm lying. But other things that we do, think about it. What do we usually do when we are feeling happy? It's all in our body language, right? We smile. Nikki, he's louder. He's happy. He's laughing. WWE next. I don't know if that's what makes him happy. The wrestling. I'm assuming that makes Terrence happy. Or that makes joyful. Or maybe that's what he was watching last night. So when we're happy, we do things. We say things. We say we're happy. Jersey for Jersey benefit concert. That's what it was. Thank you. And that made a lot of people happy to see famous people. And it makes us, here's another one, proud. All these people live interstate. Sometimes people pick on New Jersey. I don't know why. So happy. We laugh, we smile, we say, usually when we're happy, we actually say nice things to other people. when we're happy, and tell me yes or no. Tell me yes or no if you're out there on Facebook. When we're happy, we are nicer to people. Anybody agree? It's true. It's usually true. When you're happy, it's easier for you to be nicer to people. You're usually much more forgiving. Sometimes when some people are not nice to you and you're happy, it can suddenly turn your roller coaster down. But yeah, usually when we're happy, we have more patience. We're nicer. We say nicer things to people. We smile. We're more approachable, right? You know, right now I'm sitting here. You might come up and, you know, want to have a cup of coffee with me. Now, if I was like this, I don't think you're going to want to have a cup of coffee with me. But happy. And how does our body feel? That's the one thing we want to talk about, because when we're talking about our feelings and emotions, there's what we say and what we do. And a lot of that comes out of or starts from how our bodies feel, how we feel inside. So let's think about that. So we're working on happy because we've all been happy, and that's a good one. I mean, that's an up one. It's a good example. How about that? It's an easy example. It's hard being neutral. So when we're happy, our bodies a lot of times seem calm, maybe. Our heart is beating usual. It's not racing. Our breathing's pretty chill, you know. We generally don't experience a lot of pain. Our tummy usually probably feels pretty good, right? That's happy. Our bodies overall feel, you know, either calm, they're not in pain, they're not in discomfort. And that has a lot to do with maybe why it's easier for us to be nicer and, you know, easygoing with other people when we're happy. So as we're looking at these feelings, because we're coming to conflicted very soon, want you through the next week or so, I want you to think about your feelings as they come up, and I want you to take note of how your body is feeling, and I want you also to look at what you're doing and saying to other people, because while it's okay to have all these different feelings and even the down feelings, sometimes we lash out at people. We don't make the best choices in how we act. I do that all the time. All right. So I think I'm probably doing this class for me, not for you guys. I've done it so many times. So from experience. So happy. We looked at our bodies. Right now I'm feeling pretty even keeled. I'm feeling easygoing. I feel pretty, happy. If we were talking about excited, excited. Now our body is different. That's a little different than happy. They may go together sometimes. Our roller coaster's really moving up, tick, 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 tick. And our body starts to maybe we can't sit still, right? Maybe we're looking forward to that, I don't know, movie Simon had a video game update that was coming. I was so excited. What happens to your body when you're so excited? Anyone can think of things? When our bodies are so excited, I know this with a lot of you. Give me a yes or no or a thumbs up. Who here can't sleep when you're too excited? A lot of us can't sleep. Some of us can't eat because we're so excited. We've got so much energy, right? Excited. So our bodies have a reaction. And sometimes when we don't know exactly what our feeling is, when we can't put our finger on it to identify it, we can start to look at how our bodies are doing. That'll give us clues. I know you're all saying, Deborah, I should know how I'm doing. Yeah, right, Katie? Right? Right? When you can't sleep and you're so excited. I know that. Like people going to camp, people going away on a trip, you're, picking up a new car, you're moving, I don't know. There's something really exciting happening at the center. Maybe you've got mixed feelings. Maybe you're conflicted. Kara's had a few sleepless nights. I bet, Kara, it might have less to do with excitement right now. I could be wrong. I'm taking a guess. But it could be another end of our feelings, that causes it. So sometimes the up feelings and the down feelings can have the same reactions in our body. But we're trying to figure this all out. So we want to be, what were we saying? That's part of our plan to help us get through this. Be aware of our bodies and our feelings. So that's why we're talking about this. So yeah, chime in. Tell me whatever feelings, what's ever going on with this. So what I think what I'm going to do the next, one of the next classes, we're going to do it live. You're going to get a sheet like this so you can maybe fill it out with a family member or a friend or whoever or yourself. And we can talk about it more one-to-one with each other. I think that'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. So, we did happy. We did excited. Let's see. Katie is conflicted. Conflicted means you're torn between two lovers. You're torn. You're not sure exactly. The uncertainty of how life will change. Yeah, that was one of our very good point, Kelly and Nick, if he's there. Absolutely, that's what's causing these feelings and these feelings that we're experiencing, that affects our sleep and it affects our behavior. Absolutely. We don't know. We had that group, what was that? Was that 4 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? We talked about uncertainty. Ugh, right? But we made that list of how to deal with uncertainty. If you remember, there was different things. Change expectations, move to a plan, right? That really focuses on what you can control, not the things that you can't. You're going to focus on things that you can control. So those were some of the things. And one of the other things was to check in, be aware of your own feelings. So yeah, good point. Good point to bring up uncertainty. That's the problem. That's probably the biggest problem. I don't think we would be, and let me know if anybody has this issue. I don't think you'd be so conflicted, so worried, so confused, so frustrated if somebody said on, I don't know, April 30th, everything opens. I don't think you'd have a problem if somebody said from the beginning, you have to stay home for 2 months, April 30th, everything opens. Rain or shine, whatever happens. You might be like, okay, I know that ends. Right now, because of this unique problem that this health crisis presents, we don't know. We have to keep changing the timeline. We have to keep making new plans, and a lot of us don't like that. And I don't want anybody here feeling bad about that. Getting out of lockdown is exciting. Yes, when you finally find out, Katie, absolutely. When they finally give you a date, you're all going to be like, you're going to go back to wherever you want to go back. Some people, this could be shocking. Some people might be excited to go back to work. Kids are going to be excited to go back to school. People are going to be excited because it's going to be different. You'll be back to hopefully a more, your normal routine. It'll be different. It's going to be different for a little bit. I will predict that. But yeah, that excitement will grow. That excitement will grow as we get closer. So, but this is part of our problem. We don't know. So conflicted. Katie, I'm going to use your one. So when we finally lift the lockdown, so to speak, and you can go back out to the center or to the stores or to school. Here's a conflict that you will have. I think ghosts are trying to get into my center. I don't know. I'm doing my class, man. Are you going to come in and say hello? Mystery guest. Special guest appearance.
Hello.
You should be at school. Are you conflicted?
Yes, but I want to give you a hug.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Wow, that made me feel happy. I was confused, and my heart started to race when the door started opening, and I didn't see anybody open the door. But now my heart is bursting because I'm happy. So that was a good example. Thank you. Thank you, Simon. But let's go back to conflicted. So, Katie, they lift the lockdown. And chime in. Tell me if you think this is true too, guys. They lift the lockdown and they're saying, now you can go back. What's the first thought in your head? Maybe your first thought is like, hallelujah. You start getting all your stuff. But some people, I've been hearing, are conflicted. They're maybe nervous about going back. They might not feel completely safe. They don't know what's the best thing to do. And that's the conflict, right? You're like, I really want to do this, but I also want to do that. And now I don't know which one to do. And then you're worried, if I choose one or the other, I'm going to make a mistake. Right? And what happens to your body, Katie, or anybody, when you have that? What starts to happen? Her water bottle starts to fill. Caitlin's maelstrom starts to go. My stomach starts to cramp. Actually, it probably makes me eat more. Some of us eat more. Some of us get very loud and agitated. Some of us get very quiet. Our body, we might start to feel aches and pains, might start to get the shakes. Those are those down feelings that happens to our bodies. The answer, we need to use all these skills that we've been talking about. Looking at the situation, not looking at our feelings as good or bad, just acknowledging them, and really weighing what we call pros and cons, really thinking it out. And tummy ache, absolutely. If anybody's like me, and I don't mean to say this because I get, we call them dry heaves. I start to I'm not going to barf, but I get nauseous. I feel nausea, right? A lot of us get that. That's very true. It's a good one. So our bodies do not feel bad. So when we start to, if we're not sure what we're feeling, we can look into our body and say, you know what? My stomach's really hurting. I don't really think I'm sick. I think I'm nervous. I think I'm conflicted. I think I'm worried. Let's talk about worry. Because that's a good one. That comes to this. So the same thing. They lifting the lockdown, right? They lift the lockdown. Now it's time to go back. We all think we're all going to be like, yay, we're going to run. Maybe not. We might be worried, right? Who here has ever who here has felt worried over these past number of weeks? Chime in, tell me. Tell me if you've felt worried. Worry does some really crazy things to our body, right? Maybe that's why Kara had a few sleepless nights. She's worried about people she loves. She can't see her friends, right? A lot of you have said that, one of the most important things you can do is that you want to see people. And it's not just that you want to see them because you enjoy their company. That's a big part of it. But you might Katie, right? You've been worried. We get worried. Yes, Jamie's worried. We get worried if we don't see people. Are they okay? Right? Are they okay? Are they safe? Are they healthy? That was a big part of when this first went down. Or when everything shut down, right? That people were like, how is people? I got lots of questions. How is Nita? How is the staff? And now that you start to see us, you're like, oh, they're okay. Good. That makes me feel better. Absolutely. So worried, feeling worried, while I wouldn't call it an up feeling. I'd call it more of a down feeling, right? And it causes us to have stomach aches. We might, barf. We might, not sleep. We might have a big frown on our face. Might feel our heart pounding. We get those feelings in our body, and we need to be aware of those things. It's not wrong to be worried. Usually it's because you care about something. So that's a positive reason why we feel worried. But we have to remind ourselves that too much worry isn't going to make the situation better. And usually, this may shock you all, we worry about things that we shouldn't really worry about. We worry about things we have no control over. So let me ask you that. You have no control over when the date, in between, Katie says, yeah. So hence why you said conflicted, which is a good one. It's a good one. A lot of you are worrying, when is the center going to reopen? Some people worry if. I am not saying if, I'm saying when. See the difference? I don't know why, Terrence, is there a reason why you're shouting out shows? Are these things that make you feel better? I see you like the Jungle Book, the movie, the Andy Griffith shows. Tell me how you're feeling. I want to know how you're feeling today, Terrence. Tell me how you're feeling. You're always very helpful, so I want to know how you're feeling. I care about one of my best helpers. So some of you may be worrying if. I don't want you to worry about. Why are you going to worry about that? I'm already telling you. It's not if, it's when. See the difference? See the difference? Have I ever steered you wrong? Well, maybe. I've been lost a lot in my car. So it's not if, it's when. Okay? Now we change the sentence. Hopefully our body, our feelings are changing. See, so this is where we're going to, not only how we're feeling, but what do we say, right? So when you're worried about when the center is going to reopen, terribly good? You meaning you're feeling good? So good it's like incredibly good, or you're feeling going back and forth, Terrence, from terrible and good? That's why I think a lot of us, I think Katie would agree with you there. So we have to change how we speak, right? When we're feeling certain emotions, we say and do things, right? So our body is all churning and our tummy's bothering us, and we'll come out of the center, or I'll never go back to work. Yes, Katie, very good. Look on the bright side. You're shifting what you're doing. So your body is all like, ugh, feeling awful. And that'll make it's never going to open. I'm never going to get out of this house. I'm never going to get a haircut. Oh, that's not true, right? We have to switch. It's not a question, oh, will I ever be able to get my hair cut? Yes, Deborah, you will be able to get a haircut by a professional. It's when. Start to switch to when. When will we go back to work? When will we go back to program? When will we go back to school? When will we be able to go back to the mall? That's the difference. So when we start to change how we speak about our feelings, by accepting them, we can start to get our feelings a little bit more under control. So Katie, you're right. Try to look on the bright side. That's last week's positive. Positivity does help. Positivity does help. What are some other feelings? Let me chime in, right? So sometimes we're annoyed. This list was good. This list had more what I called like down. Annoyed. Who here has been annoyed over this period? If you've been annoyed, who here has been annoyed? Chime in, let me know. Annoyed. How would we describe that, right? What happens to our bodies when we're feeling annoyed? So they tense up usually, right? Some of us tense up. Back soon to home away. Home. Yes, Katie. Yeah. It will come. It will come. That's that uncertainty. It will. It will. I was just there. If anybody was feeling worried about the center itself, I was just there. I have to wear a glove a glove on my face. I have to wear gloves and a mask and spray things down when I go, but I was just there. It's okay. All your work is still there. Looks just the same. It looks a little lonely. It's a little eerie. Nobody's there. But yeah, it's okay. It's our home away from home. And we'll be back. We'll be back. We just got to figure out when. That's all. That's all. So that might lead us into annoyed. I'm annoyed that I can't go back, right? I'm annoyed that I have to sit in my office here, which if you were to see it, you'd laugh. It's a closet. I don't mean figuratively. I mean literally. It's a closet. I asked Nikki who this is. Did Nikki really say? And then he ran. No. Did Nikki really say that it was me? That's going to make me cry. Let me see if I can find that list. That makes me feel special. That makes me feel joy. It makes me feel touched. So, tell Nikki thank you. Tell Nikki thank you. He's feisty this morning. Ooh, I like that one. He's feisty. He's feisty. I like that. I like that. I like a feisty Nick. I like that. I like people when they're feisty. That's a good emotion. We're ready to take things on, do action. I need a little bit. Well, thank you for sharing. Tell Nikki I say hi, and we'll be back to music and stuff, you know, very soon. I checked. His chair's fine. Everything's good. He's good. He's good. It's there. It's waiting for him. So let him know. It's there. What was I going to say? Feisty. Ooh, good one. Our body might, that's kind of like excited, but determined. Feisty is excited, determined. I like to think. I'm going to put a positive spin. I'm going to put an up spin on feisty. Good. Sometimes when our kids are feisty, it can be a little challenging. Yeah. See, Nikki, Katie's chiming in, telling you what a good job. What a good job you've done today. Good. I'm feeling proud. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of you. That makes my heart grow. I guess that's how our, when we talk about pride and things like that, we can feel our heart grow, right? We feel good. We feel like a glowing inside. I don't know why, but we do. So annoyed. Anybody feel annoyed? I feel annoyed probably, well, coronavirus or not, I'm always annoyed. I'm a natural complainer. I am not, I should be more positive, like Katie says. I should be. Annoyed. Sometimes our bodies usually tense up. Get that grimace. We get all these wrinkles. See all my wrinkles? I gotta go for some Botox. You know, annoyed. We can see it in our body language. Other people can read it on us, too. I can't play poker. You all know that. You know how I'm feeling right when you see me. I can't hide it. Can't hide it. So annoyed. Our body is affected more in a down way. It takes a toll on its, might cause problems with sleep. And what do we usually say and do when we're annoyed? What do you think? I don't think we're always as nice, right? We may not always make the best choices. We might be, brush people off, might not say such nice things, come off grumpy, right? I get it though. Sometimes we're annoyed. We're annoyed necessarily either by people or events, right? Situations. And annoyance usually comes out of, some things are like, oh, I really don't like that. I don't like when people scrape forks against their teeth. You really miss helping others. I'm going to find that. I'm trying to think of when you miss, what would be a good word for that? That would be sad, disappointed. We have a friend at the center that always says, I'm mad. Well, are you really mad? Or are you, there's feelings are very complex. And sometimes if we just label them with one word, we get them wrong. We got to look at our body and what we're saying and doing, because when we really understand the feeling and why we feel that way, it helps us get through that. We can make better choices. We can communicate better. So Katie says she really misses helping others at the center. So somebody said, oh, she's sad. I think it's more than just sad that that might be part of it because she can't do that. But it might be because she's disappointed. She wants to do something. She wants to take action. So if we look at the feeling or the reason why she's feeling that, which she's explained, we can work together to make a better solution for her. So she misses helping other people at the center, which is, I'm going to say, is wonderful. Not because you miss it, but because you care enough and that's something that you enjoy to do. So I think that's a good thing, that you want to help people. So what you're doing, we have to find ways that you can help other people. So you miss it a little bit less. You find a way to replace it, and then you'll find that you'll feel maybe better. So that's a very good example, Katie. So when you come on here on Facebook, or you're on Zoom, or you're doing something in Google Classroom, you can help others either by doing it, giving them good feedback, by giving me examples. You're helping me. So good example. You're on fire today. Good for you. I like that. How about bored? Let's talk a little bit about bored. How is our body? What happens to us? Who here has been bored? Who here has been bored? I've been bored. Give back to others. Absolutely. Katie, going back to your point, maybe there's something, you know what you could do to help others? Work on a blog. Write me a story. Write me a story so I can share it with others. Not to give you homework or whatever. But who's been bored? Usually, we're out a lot. We're doing stuff. We don't probably realize how active some of us really are on a daily basis. We jump in a car, we go here, we go there. It's a change of scenery. We're not sitting in the same gosh darn chair, hurting our hips. We're going places. We're seeing people. We're changing environments. We're eating different foods. We've got different activities planned. Even if we might do the same thing, I kind of do this. I'm doing the same thing here that I would at the center. But at the center, it's got a different vibe. I smell different smells. I see different people. I see different colors. I do a bunch of stuff. So bored. I think that's a big one. Me, yeah, you're bored? I get you, girl. Because, there's only so much you could stay in a house, right? I mean, it's like, it's the same thing, right? The same thing over and over again. So what happens to our bodies? What happens to our bodies? How does it feel when we're feeling bored? Some people don't get that. Yeah, you feel it physically. And what do we do when we're feeling bored? One of the things I tell a lot of members is, and I wish schools would do this, to tell people, you can tell me you're bored. Because sometimes they'll say, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. Usually it's the bathroom. Oh, I got to go to the bathroom. I know people don't have to go to the bathroom. I'd rather and so the problem is, they say, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. They get up, they go, they take a break, they walk around, and then, they come back, and they never really told me the real reason, so I don't change what I'm doing. So you come back to the same situation, so you're bored again, right? So that's why... eat. Yes, I was waiting for somebody to say that. Eat, 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 eat. Absolutely. That's a number one. That's a biggie. Now, stream. Are you saying you stream on Netflix or something like that? Or was that a typo and you scream? I hope it's stream, which maybe is good and bad. That kind of goes with what Nick's mom said. Yeah, so when we're bored, we should tell people that we're bored. We should do it nicely. Like now. Do it nicely, but yeah, we have to recognize what boredom is, because some people I don't always know if they know. And if you never really acknowledge it and you wind up always going to the same thing, and we never fix it, we never change it, well, then you're always going to be bored. So how our body feels, kind of feels, we don't have very much energy. We might get a little, we call it stimmy, right? Ooh, we get antsy when we're bored sometimes, right? Oh, we twirl our hair, we bite our nails, we do this kind of stuff. Yeah, it affects our body. It affects our body. It really does. And then we wind up doing certain things. So maybe we're not as always nice when we're bored. Maybe we just don't look like we care. Right? You know, maybe you lose friends that way when you don't look like you really care. You have this kind of attitude like, whatever, you know, bored. We do things in excess that are a little mindless. Totally. What was I watching last night? I watched Little Mermaid. I don't think the original 88, 89. I forget which one. I think it was 89. Yeah, we eat. We just eat. Because we're bored. We don't know what to do. And that makes our body feel good. There's a reason why you do that. It releases chemicals, right? It feels good to eat until we eat too much. We watch TV. We watch Netflix. Okay? Yeah. I watched Tiger King all the way through. Basically in one sitting. Well, not quite, but yeah, we'll just keep on watching and not doing very much. So boredom is a biggie. Boredom. So I want you to start to think about what am I feeling right now? Or if I don't know what I'm feeling now, what's going on in my body? How's my body feeling? Or what am I doing and what am I saying, you know, and vice versa. So it's kind of this back and forth conversation you're having. How am I feeling? I'm feeling that. What's happening in my body? Yeah. Or yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Or, and what am I doing? What am I saying because of these feelings? Or if we can't identify the feeling, we have to be the detective. We have to be like the Scooby-Doo crew. We start to say, hey, you know, why is my mom looking at me weird, or she's annoyed? Why is she yelling at me? It might have nothing to do with you, but might say, hey, did I do something? Let me see. How am I engaging with this person? How am I feeling? Right now I'm feeling really edgy. I can't sit still. And, you know, I was not very nice when I was saying, you know, why did you put that coffee cup there? And then all of a sudden I noticed she's like, whoa, I don't know where else to put it. And then you could start to say, you know, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why am I feeling that way? You know, I've been sitting here in this house. I think I might be a little bored. And I might need some help. I might need to go to mom and say, you know what? I'm really sorry. I really think I'm bored. I think that's why I'm being kind of a jerk. And let's do something. Let's do another puzzle. Let's look at one of those videos. And make our drum or our mood box or our good intentions box, or let me go watch some music with Tony, something like that. So that's what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today, to kind of get that stage started about what you're feeling. Notice it in your body. And notice like what you're doing, like what you're saying and how you're acting to that. And it will help you really better understand your feelings at this time. Because some of them, and I want you to really take a note of this. I know some of you journal this. One awesome thing of the lockdown is my mom want to party, something you want to do afterwards. Is this what it is? Out of lockdown. Sorry, I'm not reading very well. Out of lockdown is have a party in the park. Yeah. We need to do something celebratory and safe to bring, you know, get that roller coaster moving up and to be joyous, as what somebody said in the beginning. Music is everything. Yeah. For some people, yeah. Good one. Yeah. And it is for a lot of people. That's why 3 days a week, at least, you will have that. So we're just getting in touch with our feelings so we can build upon that for the next time. I promised one person and I didn't follow through on well, I didn't promise, but this time I do promise. I think next Thursday, because I'm pretty confident we're going to be here. I'll be here. Next will be Facebook and Zoom for social group, because I'm going to have you work on something. We're going to work a little bit more on your feelings, and I really that'll help us be a little bit more interactive that way. But we will do it on Facebook as well, so people can watch that if they're just, you know, they're eating their breakfast or they're catching up on their sleep. So we could do that. What's the schedule for today? Today, 12:30. I know for Bergen, I forget what so 12:30 is Allison. I think she's gonna be working like the next level, another level of those really cool cards. So you have that. And then what day is it? It's Thursday. So it's photography with Tony, and that's Zoom only. So Allison's on Facebook Live for you to follow along. Photography is on Zoom only. Hopefully you got the invite. It was sent out today, this morning, early. So I really encourage you guys to join that, whether or not you have a camera or a phone or an iPad. Just get some ideas and do that, okay? On Google Classroom, I'm gurgling. I wonder what that means. I wonder what I'm feeling. On Google Classroom, there's a cool writing assignment I recommend you to check. Some cool stuff for science. Go in and look. It's only looking at pictures. Go in and look. They're beautiful pictures. Please go in. Take a look at those. What else? What else was on there for this week? There was some good stuff. So definitely go in and take a look at that stuff on Google Classroom. There's some cool stuff on our Facebook feed that you can do. I think there's 2 projects for today. Some paper for next week, meaning the paper for this, I will make sure I get that to you. Yes, I will email it to you. I think that'll be the best way. If you're talking about paper for art, what I sent today, just so people know, is you're getting an email today, if you haven't already gotten it, on supplies. So sometimes people are nervous. They think they're going to miss out on art or whatever. Generally, what we're going to do, we try to let you know what supplies you need for art, but I also sent you a supply list. So if you have these things, you might want to keep them close by. So if you're going into art and you didn't find out the supply list, and I didn't respond to a text or an email because, I don't know, I must have jumped on a plane and went to France. Maybe I don't want to go there. But so maybe I just didn't get it, or I was busy, or something was going on. You should look to this list, and what our instructors are really trying to do is to kind of work off this list. So you'll always kind of have it handy, or there's a way that it's always adaptive. So take a look at that as well. So there's lots of stuff for you to do today. There's definitely a cool video of my favorite doctor. Watch it. It's really adorable. What's his name? David Tennant, I think, is really good. Thank you, Kara. Thank you. So go look at that and find out it's National English Muffin Day. Go look at how English muffins are made. It's pretty far out. So you've got all these things. I will not see you until tomorrow morning. I will see you on Zoom and or Facebook. Pick your poison. And still a little surprise, a little bit of a grab bag there for you. And I want you all to have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.